And away we go then, and let's have a look at the Porsche in the beige and red on the left-hand side. That's your pole man. Looking to take that slingshot into turn one and does so. And through goes Dawn Myers in second place in the 52.
Ron Pauly right behind him in the Lexus, which makes sense because he owns a few Toyota dealerships in Arkansas. Makes sense for him to be driving a Lexus. We've seen him in 2 or 3 different Lexuses throughout the years here with SVRA. Really good driver. And it looks like from my eye that maybe Ike Keeler got up there in 4th place. Getting a little bit wide there through the S's in a Datsun 510.
Down to the hairpin for the first time then, under the bridge. Already the field spreading out quite dramatically. He's sat right low in that, isn't he?
Yes.
Datsun.
Yeah.
Little fella.
Ike Keeler's father owned a company that made the hardware for Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln back in the day. Made all the door handles and chrome bits.
Wow, that's a hell of a job. Or a hell of a job to have in terms of good job to have.
So I think the famous line was Henry Ford used to say that anybody that's touched our door handles has shaken the hand of Mr. Keeler. That's Ike Keeler there in that B sedan. Also races a Mercury Cougar with us in historic Trans Am. He has an Oldsmobile Trans Am car, and he's got a TA2 car with us. So that BMW M3 is Gregory Safarian in a 1998 BMW M3. I'd like to get a shot and I'm sure the camera and the directors are going to go through the field, so we'll talk about that. But Skip Bryan, I haven't ever seen him in that BMW 5 Series.
Currently in 8th at the moment, Skip Bryan.
This is going to be a good battle here. Now, one of the lead car there of Craig Watkins is a Group 8 AP, and then Dawn Myers right behind him in a Group 12 BMP1. So there's Safarian over Ike Keeler, and then Moya staying right with him. So Alex Moya doing really well, you know, just basically racing for 1 full season. So nice job. Says he gets his parts from Troy Ermish, who does a lot with the 510 racing industry. And that's Tom Benjamin back there in that Alfa Romeo GTV, that 1969. Tom Benjamin, one of our really good drivers. And then right behind him, there's Skip Bryan in that 5 Series. Great shots as they come through Mission Foods turn 1.
Yeah, nice work, cameraman. Oh, you see those bouncing over those humps, aren't they? They are humps almost.
I counted when I was setting up the sign boards. I believe there's 7 to 9 different race surfaces in 1 lap of Sebring International Raceway.
I can actually believe that, yeah. So there's your full 15. And Alan says that Datsun's reminded him of the Fiat 128 in the late 70s. And Josh Morgan says, Mark T, sorry, at Josh Morgan, I'm pumped about WEC at Coda. Yeah, we are all looking forward to that. It used to be a combination IMSA WEC weekend, and that was a fantastic event. Yeah, WEC is returning to the USA and to Coda in September, Labor Day weekend. So come join us for that. I'm going to be there.
Will you be announcing?
Yep. And I'm hoping to get a star-studded cast of the likes of Ben Keating and many others, of course, yeah. Houston-based and now semi-retired from WEC, but he gets pulled out for a Daytona now and again or whatever.
Now look at that. There's that 5 Series of Skip Bryan. So Skip, I've got to ask you, what you went from a 2002 to a 3 Series, now in a 5 Series. It's pretty cool, though. You can see that roundy 2002 there in the background. Beautiful car. That's Joe Lyles, Group 8 car.
And through the final complex there, you nicely see it above on the back of 15A and B, and then 16 And then now the long run down the Ullman straight down to 17, which is Sunset.
Man, been really impressed with Moya there in that yellow Datsun 510. And then here comes Skip Bryant, just from about an hour and a half north of here at the Villages in Florida. And then that's the 33 of Greg Bell in a Datsun 510. The 99A of Joe, gosh, I'm not going to be able to say his name. You got to help me out there. The 99A of John?
Mitoratonda. Tondo.
1988 BMW 325.
He just made up a place, Mitotondo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can read, but my synapses are not firing very well right now, and I'm bad at pronunciation. And everything just sounds better coming from Jonathan.
Larry Lunder, that's easy.
Haven't seen Benny Bish. Love that name.
That's
so
a great
I
name.
want to just say Benny Bish coming through Bennett Bridge Hall, Bishop's Bend.
With Batman behind him.
There's that Porsche 914. That is Larry Lunda.
I never understand where that fits into the Porsche lineup. It just looks so un-Porsche.
I believe it was a partnership with Volkswagen and Porsche.
Okay.
And I think they kind of wanted like the entry-level Porsche. I really like the styling of them. It's a huge, like you said, a huge departure from Porsche in that kind of Beetle design. But I'm sure some of our experts here in the comments section can tell us exactly what that is.
But the Boxster used to be known as the poor man's Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the entry-level Porsche. And that looked like the 911.
Yeah. Yeah, it still kept the same character. I'm hearing that car 5.6 has something hanging out on the front of the car, but there's Benny Bish in the 66, and then Steven Backenberg in a BMW 320i. This is going to be quite a battle here because Benny Bish started ahead of him. We might have a three-way German battle here.
Like it?
This airport was designed to send B-17s over to engage with Germany. And here we've got German cars running. And if you look at the flags along the side, it looks like German cars absolutely dominate the 12 hours of Sebring.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me back in the days when BMW and
Porsches, Audis
were all as reliable as they are today.
They always say a lot of companies test here.
Yeah.
If you can run 12 hours of Sebring, you can run 24 hours anywhere else.
Yeah.
There's Benny Bish, and there's that 99, Larry Lunda, 1970 Porsche 914. What about that 914? Yeah, the 914-6 outperformed 911 at Le Mans, this boy from New York. But what was the kind of genesis of the 914? What was the departure that Porsche took to make that car? Love the kidneys there on the front of that BMW. And also, I don't know if you call numbers a font, but I like the font of that 24.
Mm-hmm.
Benny Bish coming on the inside of turn 3 with that roundy taillight BMW 2002. The grill came off of car 17, I'm hearing from race control. Maybe at turn 17. We don't have a 17 here, so maybe race control meant turn 17, so there might be a surface flag at turn 17.
Well, of course, that's Sunset, which is very fast, so let's hope it's offline.
And I hope it's a car grill and not a barbecue grill.
There's
Ike Keeler. Look at that. Giving us some low gravity in that car, the number 14 Datsun 510. Ike Keeler must be a big Trans Am fan. It seems like he only races cars that were in Trans Am. He races in historic Trans Am, and he races a B sedan in Trans Am. He's got a TA2 car and a TA car. There's Dawn Myers. See if she goes under the blue dot. Look at that, yeah. Don't see any grill at turn 17. Looks like we're doing okay. Don't see a surface flag out there either. I think Brady and the 901 shop have about 7.5 cars here this weekend, so we appreciate them coming.
What's the half?
Different. I think they kind of help out with Bill Treffert's Corvette, but Bill Treffert takes most of the care of it.
I see.
Look at those IndyCar cars coming in.
Yeah, they're testing here Monday, Tuesday, so here they come.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the
they want to
internet.
start here because they're at St. Petersburg the next weekend, and same thing. They don't do the whole track. They do this kind of half track here, the part of the track that we're in right now, but because it's so rough, they test here to make sure all their new equipment can hold up.
Yep. It's a good idea. They'll all be here Monday, Tuesday.
And they go from here to St. Petersburg, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if Indy Next is also here. I'm guessing they would be. So at the moment, it's Craig Watkins leading the way. He's got a 12-second lead over Dawn Myers, who we've been watching. Ron Pauly still in third place. Ike Keeler in fourth. Tom Benjamin in fifth, and Alex Moyer in sixth in that Datsun PL 510.
The livery on that Porsche 46, Josh Morgan says is very beautiful, so thank you, Josh. You know, our comments, our people in our comment section are just so nice. That's not, I'm not used to that in the world of social media.
Okay, so the 914 was the essence of a VW, right? Mm-hmm. Wanted a replacement for the Carmen Ghia, excuse me, as a new top-of-the-line sports car. Just added a Porsche badge and design. A voila.
Okay, but even still a huge departure from a Carmen Ghia, because the Carmen Ghia's got kind of curvy, subtle lines of like a British car. And the 914 is kind of jagged, edged lines.
Mm-hmm. Which gave birth, of course, to the 924.
Which I loved. I grew up in that era, the 924, the 944 Turbo, where that guy picks up Molly Ringwald and 16 candles leaning against his red Porsche 944. Ever since then, I was just in love with that car.
Yep, I remember it well. Here is your leader, number 46, Craig Watkins in that 911. From 1968, and it just proves that these Porsches do go on forever.
You know, back in the day, Porsche came out with some weird color combinations. That brown of Porsche that you don't think you would like, and then you see it in person, and you're like, that's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Labrador chocolate brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
And then you'd never think like a beige and maroon would look good, but it does. I don't know what it is about the Porsches, but weird color combinations look really good.
It's just a darn good-looking car. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's the hotel that Ben will be staying in.
No. The Turn 7 Hotel. Very nice hotel. Here comes Dawn Myers coming through Cube 3 architecture, Turn 7. I do like the off-center stripes like that. Any car that's got the kind of off-center stripes and just one stripe like that, you know, I do like the look of that.
Mm-hmm. Nice little battle here.
This is a B sedan battle right here.
I like B sedan battle, exactly.
And then the E30 back there with the off-center stripes, digging it. Now what's that? I think that's Joe Lyles in the 206. Love that car. Ike Keeler getting a little bit wide there through Cube 3, Turn 7, followed by Tom Benjamin's. Lots of B sedans out here. Uh-oh, looks like something on the rear of Dawn's car may have been hit. See that?
Mm.
Another Alfa Romeo. Here comes our leader.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch the turn-in from this particular shot because it's all pretty much uniform. And that blue dot you talk of just above the bridge there you head for that, but the turn-in is much earlier, and I think there's probably another sign or place where you look for to turn in. White flag out, though.
And it's a counterintuitive line. It's not the apex of the corner. It just, you avoid a huge bump with your right tires. If you hit the apex, you hit this huge bump on your right front tire that will actually send the car up in the air. And we see that in the 12-hour lot. If they go side by side, somebody has to hit that, and sometimes it'll knock the car loose.
Okay.
So you're off racing line, but it's smoother and it saves you time. Your race lap will be faster because your front wheels will stay on the ground.
So waiting for the next cars to come around for the final lap, but the leader's already passed and is on his final lap. Craig Watkins in the 911 from 68. Yeah, we're talking about, on the internet, they're talking about the Alphas, and I was saying, if you weren't with us earlier, that it was an Alfa Romeo that won the first ever Trans Am, a GTA, at the hands of Jochen Rindt.
Yeah, right here.
Right here, right now.
And you wouldn't think that at Sebring, because he was racing against the likes of
AJ
the
Foyt,
Parnelli Jones and the big muscle cars.
Yep.
But it just seemed to last.
Well, it was a 4-hour race as well.
Yeah.
So there was a lot. There was 42. I was reading this morning. There's 42 entries, 26 finishes.
Oh, somebody hit my Cube 3 sign there at the exit.
Well, Nick won't mind. He's a sponsor. And talk about the old mashing with the new as we roll on across our historic races. Indy are rolling in.
Yeah, this is one of the most used tracks around the year. I think this track and Sonoma have just the most full calendars. Just never get a break.
Well, they won't care about that.
Here he comes to take the checker, Jonathan.
Here we go. Yep, checker flag for Craig Watkins, and it's a very simple win and a very comfortable win. Wins by over 20 seconds over Dawn Myers, who also has had a good race, but yep.
Dawn did win her class.
She did.
She's Group 12.
Yeah. This was Group 8 and Group 12B, and sure enough, you're right, Dawn Myers will come across the line. There she is, in second place. No thumbs up from her. We get a wave to the checkered flag man, and it's going to be Ron Pauly who takes third place in the blue and silver Lexus IS 300.
Oh, she's waving now.
Yeah, now she's waving.
Yeah, come on,
Where
Dawn.
were you when Tony? Maybe she doesn't. Tony's upset her.
She waves when she doesn't think she's on camera.
There you go.
She's one of my favorite people in the paddock. I don't think she cares for me much, but I absolutely love talking to her.
Yeah. Well, she's got the race face. That's what she does before the race. Huh? You know, she's serious about her racing. All right, we're going to take a short break here from the Speed Tour. Stay with us. Ben Cecil, Jonathan Green taking you through the action of the Speed Tour. We'll be right back.